This is a test of the Universal Broadcasting System. 24, 365, 7 days a week. That is the goal. So let's give it a shot. I'm just testing some equipment and some software. Please let me know if there's any static in the mic. That's been a problem. Let me know anything you want to let me know. It's good to see everybody. We got 2 people in the house. I'm going to start maybe doing some stuff on YouTube until we can get our own place. Facebook's not too accommodating, although we've had our issues with YouTube as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to test this out a little bit. I'm going to play a few videos. And let me turn on the YouTube so I can see if anybody's saying anything. So, yeah, we did not start really utilizing YouTube until a little over a year ago. So our main program is SoulSpeaks 5D. We just did 18 in 6 days. Today's a day off. And we probably have, I think, 800 episodes on YouTube. There's a total of 18, or not quite 1,800, be 1,800 at the end of the month. And so there's still quite a few that we don't have on there, but there's no sense in trying to go find them all. They're all on Facebook. Some of them are easy to find, but all the ones pretty much, that I think are applicable are on now on the YouTube. So anyway, yeah, we're going to, let me see if I can find this show. We're going to test some stuff out and see how it works. It does look like we're live. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. History. Well, I don't know why it's not showing up. Unless we are not on. It does show 5 people, so we must be on. Alright, I don't see it. Damn it. Alright, let me try this. So anyway, yeah, we're going to try to expand a little bit. We are currently in Florida with a place to plug in the RV and plug in on the internet, and that's the most important thing. Until April the 6th. I believe we'll be leaving here on April the 7th. So look out for some good shows. We're going, we've got some pretty high-level people that are interested in coming on. I'd really like to wait until we have our own website. Damn, I can't find this thing. But got 7 people in the house. If I could get the video to pop up, then we could answer some questions or have a little interaction. Let's see here. It's not coming. All right. So if there are any issues, such as the microphone having static, the audio not matching with the video, that's probably going to be about it, I think. Hopefully there wouldn't be anything else going on with that. For some reason I cannot get this thing. If anyone, is there a way y'all could send it to me so I could turn the damn thing on? Doesn't have a live section. Let's see. Nope, don't see one. All right. 7 people are here. I don't want you to get bored. This is a test. We're not trying to do anything besides test the equipment. So we're just looking for some feedback. How can I find? Oh, here we go. I can find it. Yeah, I got it. Hang on a second. Yeah, we're just trying to get some feedback on the equipment, on the software. We've had one computer go down. This one's about to go down. What else is going on? Microphone's going out. We did start a Patreon for those of you who are interested in if these shows resonate with you, if the programming resonates with you. We're trying to get to a point where we can, let's see, dashboard. It's not there. We're trying to get to a point where we can have our own site, but we can't do it by ourselves. And that's the thing I realized over the last few days. There's no way. I've been trying, and to do all the work that, I put myself into, and Morgan, there's just no way we can do it, I mean, so it's got to be a community thing. So imagine and like I said, I can't do it. I got the idea. I downloaded it from Arcturians 2 summers ago, and actually before that. And so basically, it's a community thing. It's one site with a private server, private streaming capabilities, private Zoom capabilities, private public profile based community with messaging, private Wikipedia type of directory for people that have, different skills and abilities. Just a place that we can all go and get out from under the matrix and get out from under the, the constricts of YouTube and Facebook. Everybody's had problems with it. Franco De Nicola, my dear friend, he started a series of 6 incredible hour to hour and a half series on what's going on. He's got the best intel I've seen of anybody. And he started this about 2 weeks ago. We were going to try to promote it for him. We weren't ready. And so anyway, he got the call to go do it. And the bottom line is that the first show he did had 20,000 views in 24 hours. And by the 6th show, it was about 400, which had nothing to do with him. It has to do with the algorithms and the things that are being suppressed. And I know it sounds crazy because this program, this network, and the stuff that Franco has been putting out for many years. He started out on Collective Evolution years ago. He was like the main dude. Even though they're not like disclosure oriented, or I'll say conspiracy oriented, or rebellious, or aggressive, like a lot of stuff that gets hit. We are talking about something that must be sensitive to the matrix venues. I tested a few months ago running 4-hour clips, 4-hour broadcast of clips from the shows with a little bit of music in it, but mostly like 6-minute clips from each show. And it's just the topics that we always talk about. It's the ascension and divine union and sacred sexuality and, star family visits and paranormal and, multidimensionality, all the things that we talk about in these communities that people call light worker communities. And YouTube gave me a strike on the 3rd day. I did it 4 hours a day, 3 days in a row, and on the 3rd day they gave me a strike, and they only give you 3. So I thought I'd back off there. They also previously had given me issues on monetization, so I just turned monetization off. Not that we could afford that because we don't have any money anyway. But anyway, so the whole idea is to create a community. I can't do it by myself. Morgan and I can't do it. We got our hands full. We do have a brother that's working on the back end of it. His house burned down about a month ago, and he's rebuilding it. He's done about 1,500 or 1,600 pages of computer code, and right now it's at a standstill. So, this is new energy that we're all learning to work with. It's not anything in the old 3D templates. If anybody's on Facebook or has Facebook, if they could take the link for this, what I'm doing right now, and send it to me on Facebook, I really would appreciate it. So I could pull up comments, because I can't pull it up right now for some reason. But if somebody sends it to me, then I can open it up. But anyway, so, we're talking about we can't do the things that we used to do the way we used to do them. So we're now entering a stage where many people's intel is aligning. The collective consciousness, the one mind of the collective earth is, at least in pockets or cells or large groups or monads or whatever you want to call it, they're starting to congeal. They're starting to come together, coalesce, and I believe these are people like yourselves who have hit a frequency where they have done a tremendous amount of what people call inner work or shadow work. They've seen some strong synchronicities occurring, especially this year. They're being pulled to move out of the matrix and start servicing the collective with their gifts and abilities or skills or whatever is aligned in their heart, pretty much led by the internal guidance that's kind of got us all in the same circles anyway. And so what I'm getting at is we're moving into real-time 5D service to the collective because we've done enough in inner work. So that means that the equations change. We're no longer working on linear, we're working on quantum and beyond, really. And what that means is it's the thoughts, the imagination, the believability, the trust, the faith, the love, the courage, that we can actually make something happen, even if it looks like nobody has any resources or any money or anything like that. So imagine a place where you have basically a combination of YouTube and Facebook, and even better, because there would be multiple channels that would just grow and grow and grow. It would all be user friendly and contributor friendly, where all a contributor would have to do is just load up videos, load up just like you do on Facebook and YouTube, but also a big part of it would be live programming, so like a live video cast, multiple channel running 24 hours a day each channel. And then the kicker is that we run it on gifting, just like we run Soulogy. We don't really charge for anything. I mean, this again is just what I've downloaded, and again, I can't do it by myself. And so what happens is it comes in, and the abundance is distributed on a percentage based on the amount of viewership that each channel show gets. It's a channel, it's a show, whatever. However that the metrics broken down. So this is what we're striving for. I can't see anybody's comments, so let me see if I can see if anybody sent me something on Facebook, because I can't even get on this show to see if there's any comments. Anyway, so I don't know how else I guess I could try it on my computer. No, that won't work. That'll put too much of a load on the computer. So yeah, I'm just trying to test everything. If there's any static on the mic, we've had some problems. I got some new wires. If the audio is keeping up with the video, in other words, if it looks like one of those Japanese karate movies where the mouth is moving and the words aren't matched to it, then I would like to know that. If you could put it in the live chat comments, I really would appreciate it. I can't see the live chat, unfortunately. It's not working. Wait a minute. We might have just found... Oh, here it goes. Nope, it's not there. Nope, still not there. Damnation. That just sucks. All right. Well, that's the way it goes. In the ascension, we gotta adapt to everything we do. Let's see. I don't see one here. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Well, I'll just look at the comments afterwards. So what I'm going to do is play something short. Okay, just something really short so I can test the video aspect. Let's see. Let me go here. This is, I don't know what that is. Something. Let's see. This is, oh, that's a song. How's it going, everybody? I wish I could see your comments. I'm just testing. If you just walked in the door, I'm still trying to pull it up on my phone, but it's not coming up. That totally sucks. Yep, it's not coming up. But anyway, so let me try a video. Let me try this video right here and see how the video goes. This is from some of the early work we did at about 300 or 400 episodes of SoulSpeak 5D. Stick around. I'll be right back. Maybe we'll do a little conscious rap. We'll just see, see how the equipment's working and just keep on shooting the breeze. All right, let's see here. What do we do? Right here. Okay, let's go.
You know, and
well, yes and no, because everything is always that, right? It is very important to clear your shadow selves, to heal your past and future aspects within you, so that you can run your energy and make room for more of your higher self to integrate into the body and to ground that energy into the planet. And when you do that, it goes into the collective consciousness stream, or the grid, where we're all connected. And that by doing your own clearing and making room and expansion to bring more of your higher self in and ground that source energy into the planet, it's going to help raise the vibration of this plane or the planet that we're on, and also help other people to have their triggers and awakenings happen, because they're going to, they can't help but receive that vibrational force that shakes things up within them and allows things to start coming into their reality. And it's basically a matter of living their life that does it, because it's unfolding in their reality. It's like when something unfolds in your day that really triggers you to bring up an emotion, that is a blessing. That's what's helping you see what needs to be cleared. And if it keeps coming up over and over again, you're either avoiding it, suppressing it, or there's some other nefarious thing going on in the force.
So I did turn it on. Wait a minute. I really appreciate everybody's comments. I just turned it on, and I found out the things I need to find out. So, you know, I'm just going to put it out there in case anybody sees this now or later. You know, I do think that we need to have more of a presence on YouTube. One of the things about having our own site, when it ever happens, and again, I can't do it by myself, but we could actually broadcast from the site and then also simulcast to Facebook and YouTube. But I do think in the meantime, we need to grow this YouTube crowd, because we're getting a lot of suppression. We've been getting a lot of suppression on Facebook for about a year and a half. I don't know what would happen on YouTube. We've done, you know, I don't know, out of the, I don't know, probably almost 800 shows on YouTube that we've put up out of the 1,800. We've probably done about 15 or 20, because there was a time Facebook wouldn't even let me get on for 3 weeks. So we've probably done about 15 or 20, and the response has always been pretty good, and the numbers had to grow. But you know, ultimately, we really got to get out from under the constructs of this matrix. All of us, not just us. And this is a place where everybody could come. And again, everybody would build it. It wouldn't be Todd building it. But again, we just have to move into this higher frequency and utilize the imagination and begin to manifest from the true power and nature that we are. And that's no bullshit. That's no cliche. We actually can do this. This is how time travel occurs, and the whole 9 yards. It's stuff that's been kept from us. We are the technology. So I won't go too deep into that. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Hey, Monique. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing YouTube. F it. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. Anyway, I got off on 2 tangents. So I'm using broadcast software, and I'm using an encoder and an interface, And this stuff I've been using, it's trashed. Our best computer busted, and this one was our old backup computer, and it's not cutting it using the broadcast software. But oh, need more volume. Yeah, see see it shouldn't need more volume. I mean, but I'll turn it up. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that should do it. Let's try the volume again. I had the volume down on the software. So we do have a Patreon. We've had about 35 people join in the last. Well, we've had it up for like 5 days, and you know that's a good long-term plan, I think. We're big believers in paying it forward. Basically, 30% of everything we bring in, we pay it forward. This is the new 5D commerce as I see it. Thank you for all your comments. By the way, Todd Schneider. So the mic is better. Okay, I think. Let's see. It should be. How's that? Let's try one more time. Thanks, Todd. Um, yeah, I think that might be okay. Where do I find your Patreon link? Okay, I'll I'll get that. I'm still kind of putting that stuff together, but I do have it. I mean, I just have to figure out how I can find it, and I'll put it in the comments here. Okay, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so I think in the meantime we're going to focus on refining Soul Speaks 5D. We'll just have to scratch doing any. I used to come on YouTube a lot and do radio shows like this and play videos and do a little rap and have some commentary. And my goal, this is how I got into wanting to do it for my own stream, is to be able to bring people on like we do when I come on YouTube or other shows do, when you have two screens or more. The problem with that is I can't mix it up with videos and music and which I think is pretty important. If you want to put out a channel feed that runs 24 hours, you want to be able to be versatile. You want to be able to plug in with a live, have a tape running. In order to have that tape running, you've got to have some equipment. So that's what we're shooting for. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk to Morgan. We're going to have a meeting today. She looks so hot today, by the way. And okay, so the audio is better. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Todd and Nikki, and thanks for sending that over, Nikki. Okay, so I know a lot of people are watching YouTube. Facebook's pretty much a hassle. Plus, with everybody talking about the goddamn coronavirus, I mean, come on. Excuse my French, but bring it all on. Let me get off on a tangent. Let's bring it all on. Let's bring the coronavirus. Let's bring 5G. Let's bring let's bring it all and see what we're made of. I mean, we all agree we're eternal souls. We all agree we never die. I do. I mean, I think that's what we're all saying. If we're saying it, we might as well start doing it. So what are we afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. Bring it on. But back to what I was saying before I went off on a tangent. There's a lot of, even in these spiritual communities, and the reason is it's not out of judgment. The reason is a lot of people, everybody really, is going through a lot of stuff. I mean, we're talking about some deep stuff, some multi-dimensional, multi-human dimensional stuff, old traumas, ancestral lineage. We've been talking about this stuff for 2-3 years in these circles, and on our show. So it's just a matter of where we're going to put our focus. What energy are we going to be in? I went through, like a lot of people, the last 2-3 days. I went through a bunch of stuff, and what I found was, if I could. And I did most of the time. If I could kind of immerse myself in a higher dimension, in the 5th or 6th dimension, how do you do that? Well, just as easy as it sounds, just as difficult as it sounds. I just went to the highest part of Todd, the part of Todd that's calm and cool and collected, the part of Todd that knows he's a God, the part of Todd that knows he's eternal. And I stayed in that space, and I didn't think of anything. I didn't ask questions. I didn't think of anything. And I realized that it's so important, our environment. And we do have a choice in what our environment that we choose, but a lot of time we think that it's an external thing only when actually it is, but it's really internal. So I learned something there. So that's why I was saying, with the YouTube thing, maybe we'll do some of the shows on YouTube and some of the shows on Facebook, or maybe we'll just start doing them on YouTube and load them up to Facebook. You know what I mean? And just take the hit, not have as many people on, and just have faith that more and more people will come, because I do think more people will come to YouTube than they do Facebook. And one of the reasons is because everybody and their brother's starting to do shows on Facebook, and the algorithms are really, really difficult to deal with. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm going to talk to Morgan about that. And I was thinking about, too, oh, yeah, that's Morgan's post about her son. That happened yesterday. That was Morgan's post. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. Let me ask your opinion about this. So, normally, when we're not moving around, we average probably 60 to 70 shows a month, right? So let's just say we average basically 2.5 to 3 a day, 5 to 6 days a week. Each one of those shows runs about an hour and 10 minutes, I'd say, on average. So usually we shoot for an hour, and they might run an hour and a half. But typically they run about an hour, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. And it's a lot of work. I study a lot of people. I study a lot of different talk shows, even different types of genres. It's just part of what I'm led to do. And one of the things I've been thinking about the last couple of days, and it would be, I think, a good segue into YouTube, would be to run a show. In other words, have fewer shows, and I'm asking your advice on this. This is why I'm discussing it, because it's a community thing. But having a show like that's 2 hours, where you have a really in-depth conversation with the other person, where maybe what we have on YouTube would be, I don't know, like a different type of frequency. Like one of the things that's good about the show is that we bring just anyone on. That's how we started. Just the people you saw were doing posts, and I think we should always have that element. But there's a different crowd. There's kind of a different crowd on Facebook. I think we could put some shows out on YouTube that would have more diverse information, more in-depth information, and let's face it, I could probably get some people to say yes to coming on the show if we came on YouTube as opposed to Facebook or from our own website, which hasn't happened yet. So, there's a couple of people, and I won't mention names, that I have approached that are pretty big names that are interested, but they're hesitant because of the Facebook thing, and that's not a big deal. But I think for me that there's more of an audience in YouTube, and I think we're at the point now where we've got enough people. We've got 80,000 people in our communities. There's about 50 to 60,000 engaged every week, which is a very good number. It's a very strong number, and I think we would have some traction. And I'd like to see the topics go more in depth, and I don't want to say get a little more serious, but get a little more serious. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? If you wouldn't mind letting me know, I really would appreciate it. And like I said, in the meantime, until this community can put together a 24/7, 365 universal cast that is all privately owned, stream is owned, the site's owned, the server's owned, we just buy our bandwidth and we go to town and we build it as a community. Until that happens, I think it'd be a good idea to start doing some direct broadcasts on YouTube, and maybe having about a 2 hour. I don't know what the format would be. I got to talk to Morgan, but maybe we do maybe we do 5 shows a week on YouTube. They're 2 hours. You know, we can get some bigger names. We can go deeper. We can really get into some of these subjects, and have an audience. More of an audience presence, audience engagement, which is hard to do on Facebook because the comments go like that. It's a lot easier to see them on YouTube, and then maybe we end up doing 10 on Facebook a week, and continue with the format that we kind of have. So if you'd let me know, I would appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's see. Go with the energy of the show. Let it flow. Some guests repeat, whereas others are deep. Yeah, you're right. Feel into the energy of the guest. YouTube is where it's at. Yeah, I think so. I think more people feel comfortable with YouTube. Yes, I do think that. I feel the flow. Energy is where I'm at. A few set programs, some mixed, and some new people. Yeah. Yeah, I think, and see, the thing is, too, that one of the things I could do is I could actually mix the radio program here until I have the equipment to do it the way I used to do it. And then I could, I could edit everything and put them in, like, for instance, this is one of the things I've been watching. I pay attention to a lot of talk shows. One of them is Joe Rogan. Mostly for production, not content, although he's got some good content. But, like if you do a 2-hour show, then you have somebody go in and edit, say, a really good spot on one subject for 12 minutes. And then you start to put those out too, I think that's much more effective. I've tried that on Facebook. It doesn't work very well at all. But anyway, so, oh yeah, let's get serious. Mohsin Paul Safarazi. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we're going to get him on there. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do. And you know what? It's already 6:15. I forgot we had daylight savings time. That's going to totally screw up my calendar. I'm going to have to spend 2 hours going through this calendar for the whole month, with the rest of the month, for all the shows that are scheduled, because some are going to be 1 and 2 hours apart now. Anyway, if I can get, see, I get the notifications on Facebook, but usually watch on YouTube. Okay, cool. See, a lot of people tell me they don't get any notifications on Facebook. In fact, I get messages all the time. Send me a message when you're going on. I'm like, there's no way I can do that. But yeah, that's been a big deal. The notifications, yeah, like we used to do. If you go back a year, we would do 1,000 to 5,000 views by the time the show was over or shortly thereafter. And I've noticed that with some people that are doing the same thing that are kind of new, they'll pull up that kind of number. But ours just kept getting hammered and getting hammered and getting hammered, and we've gone through a lot of ups and downs there. But the replays get put up a lot. So yeah, so I have to redo my calendar because of daylight savings time. It's 6:15, and what I'm gonna do is, and I appreciate the comments on the technical stuff. I won't be using the broadcast software. I will be able to use the mic, and that's better than the other mic, so that's cool. So I'll just go on Zoom and come on here and do some shows. See if we can get that PhD back. Mohsin Paul Safarazi, he was good. Get my friend Amanda Lawrence on here, tell her what we're doing. I'll get Franco on here. Get some people on here that can give us some good information, have some good conversation. Yeah, seeing Eve says I get dropped on Facebook after a certain amount of time. Yeah, it is a big issue. Yeah, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as YouTube, because I don't think we're really putting stuff out there. Although that's what I thought. And then when I ran those tapes a few months ago, they gave me a strike. But you know what? We just got to put it out there. So I'm going to work on my calendar and get it adjusted, and then I'm going to see what's up with Morgan, and maybe have some dinner, and then I might even do like a roundtable open mic discussion tonight. But if not, I definitely will be doing some of those because they're very effective. It's a good way to meet people, good way to get the audience onto the camera. We can hold up to 100 people. The last one we did, we had about 8 or 9 people at one time. And then I would just knock somebody off and bring some on. That's probably about enough people. But anyway, so, Tiffany Kiefer, yeah, she's good. She was good too. We have a lot of good people. I mean, if you go back and look at this stuff, I mean, I could go down the list. It's just, one after the other. And yeah. So anyway, I might be back tonight and do a round table, or maybe get some people to come in. But I want to thank everybody for your continued love and support and contributions. Like I said earlier, we do have a Patreon. Somebody asked me where they can find it. I'll go and put it in these comments, or try to figure out how to put it on YouTube on every show. I tried, but I don't think it worked. And there's probably just I'll just have to Google it, right? You know what I mean? So I might be back tonight. But I want to say thank you for your continued love, support, and contributions. And I want to say thank you for sharing, and subscribing and all that stuff. It's been a long, hard road. I'm sorry. I try not to drop any more F-bombs, like I used to. But it's been a long road, man. It's been 8 years, and it's been a hell of a journey, and we've all done a fantastic job. And I think that we all need to give ourselves credit and give each other credit. Okay. You are hard to hear, but I'm glad to see you stretching out on YouTube. Let's test this one more time, because